But yeah, I usually just kind of gravitate towards, gravitate towards Nidus whenever I'm doing survival or anything else, because I can pretty much go forever with him. He doesn't really die, especially with Umbral Fiber and Umbral Vitality. That guy takes so little damage from most of my enemies. This is a good feeling. Oh, you're still alive. I was like, why am I still taking damage? The answer is a little butt ball shooting at me. Watching somebody chew tobacco to me looks nasty. What's nasty is their cans. My uncle had a can. God, that thing was disgusting. Like, watching people spit in general has always grossed me out. I can't chew bubble gum because the concept of, like, even thinking of me spitting out the bubble gum after I'm done with it is just like, because I don't know if kids still do this. But when I was in middle school especially, everybody chewed gum and everybody would just stick their gum to the bottom of the desks, to the point where if the teacher caught you putting your chewing gum on the bottom of the desks, they would give you detention and force you to clean the desk. Which is really frustrating for me, and the only time I ever got, like, in big trouble, I think in school, was the one time my teacher thought she caught me, putting gum on the bottom side of a table, which, like, I don't chew gum, and I got into, like, a big argument with her of, like, I don't have gum, search me. And I had to go to the principal. I didn't have to clean up all the gum, because, you know, obviously I didn't deserve it. But I did have to go to the principal for detention instead of just sitting in class, which honestly was preferable. But, so she would just force people to scrape all the gum off the bottoms of the desks if she caught you doing it. And it was gross. I'd never look on the bottom sides of tables. Even if I'm in somebody's home and I know they're not stupid enough to do so, I still don't. Oh, I should have actually brought Necros along anyway. This place has Oxium in it. I bet Fortuna's actually going to have that. So much worse now. Bottoms of the desk are gum. Don't get me started on the walls. Oh god. Are kids putting gum on the walls now? Like, we never had to deal with that. Either that or my school is very good at cleaning it up, because the walls were at least not gross. You never see gum. I wonder if it's like a regional thing or something. Because gum was really bad in my middle school and to some degree high school. Personally, I don't like gum that much. Sort of. I had like Sensodyne for a while, which is kind of nice. I like the gums that are actually, like, you know, for teeth or whatever, where you chew them and your teeth get like a little bit cleaner or whatever. Because I have fairly sensitive teeth, and it sucks when I haven't brushed my teeth for a while. And so the idea of having, like, you know, some gum that clean my teeth, okay, that wouldn't be so bad. Obviously, I can't do that for YouTube, because clearly that would be disgusting to listen to me chewing gum all the time. Yeah. You're in the South, so your high school had half-empty spit bottles tossed around all willy-nilly. Oh god, that's disgusting. I've only ever met one young person that did spit. Is that? No, that's Paris Prime string. Oh, actually, I should get the Helios Prime Carapace now that I'm looking at it. Because I don't have Helios Prime yet. I don't know why that moved to the top of the list, but whatever. And my brother, actually, the teacher that forced me to go to detention because I wouldn't clean the desk, my brother got an equal, actually I think a worse punishment or something. I've talked about my brother before in the past, but he was like, I want to say my brother was kind of the perfect student. You know, he wasn't just bookish, he was outgoing and creative and whatever, and, you know, generally would engage. He wouldn't just sit there studying, but he would always get, like, A's and whatnot, and he was brilliant. He is brilliant. I should probably bug him about, like, when he's graduating. See if you'd want to go on vacation or something. Because I haven't actually, like, interacted with my brother in, well, years. Because unfortunately, being a professional internet hermit is not exactly great for my non-YouTube social relations. But so, yeah, I think he's gonna graduate from MIT within the next, year. I think it keeps getting longer because he keeps doing more and more research instead of graduating. I think he's already done his thesis. It's just a matter of, like, all the other stuff that he has to get through first. I don't know. I like how many enemies I have to fight here. It is satisfying. This is why I like survival missions. It's just like, hey, it's a shit ton of enemies. Kill them. It just feels really good. Let's see. But yeah, so he got detention from the same teacher. And he was really upset because I think after I got detention, a number of people, like, just stopped cleaning the desk. They just refused, saying, like, no, you know, you can't make us do this. And so what she'd do instead is just send you to the principal. So she would send you to the principal if you so much as, like, littered. Which, honestly, is actually entirely, like, reasonable. Littering is, like, awful. Never do it. I don't care how gross it is. You put it in a trash can, or you carry it on you. We live in an apartment complex with a lot of people with dogs, and I have stepped in people's dog shit because they didn't feel like cleaning it up, and it is disgusting. And I have zero tolerance for bad dog owners for many, many reasons. I also have zero tolerance for bad dog owners, but, well, that's a completely different, situation. Anyway, but so she would give you detention for so much as, like, if she caught you with trash under your desk. So my brother, perfect student as he is, her best student she had had in years. Like, I don't think he'd gotten anything less than an A+ for, like, most of that year, or something like that. Like, I can't understate how good of a student my brother is. And she walks by and she sees a Starburst wrapper under her desk. Now, mind you, my brother doesn't eat candy in class, and actively refuses it when she hands out candy as a reward, because he didn't like Starburst or something? I don't remember, but effectively, you know, there was no reason why he would ever have a Starburst. Oh, come on. Fucking... I don't like these things. Okay. I was getting juggled there. I don't think I've ever been stunlocked to that extent. Wait, did we get a Nightane? That's weird. But yeah, so she walked by, saw the Starburst wrapper under her desk, and it was like, detention. And my brother's like, what? What the? No! Oh, Nightane alert popped up. Okay, I was confused about that. But yeah, it was not okay. And, like, I always feel bad, because, like, I've always had kind of problems with authority just because I have, like, shit luck with administrators and adults. I can be a complete goody two-shoes, but if I run into an adult that, like, is clearly power tripping, I lose all respect for them. And then instantly kind of lose the goody two-shoes persona, and I'm just like, I have no interest in you. My poor brother, for the most part, managed to avoid that his entire life. He got lucky. Probably because I was, like, such a great example of, you know, what not to do and whatnot. But so whenever he'd run into authority issues, it truly wasn't founded. Like, mine were bullshit, his were unreasonable. Ooh, Ballistica Prime. Still not getting what I need, though, which is annoying. Well, at least we're getting a whole bunch of, ducket trash. Because I have practically every available prime weapon or frame. Avoided trouble because teachers and everyone forgot about you. I had issues with authority and whatnot in elementary school because it wasn't like you couldn't just like put your head down. You were kind of forced to participate. And as the new kid, I was always forced to participate. So the bullies knew who I was. The teachers, you know, wanted to make sure I was included, which wasn't very appreciated. And honestly, I'm kind of like an outgoing person, so I'm sure I kind of attract attention. I mean, so far I've attracted about 200,000 subscribers worth of attention, so it's kind of built into the personality at this point. Plus however many on Twitch. Actually, don't check my Twitch numbers. I'm at 26,000. Neat. I should probably go back to the Stradivar at this point. I was switching to the Brana, or the Mara Detron, because there was less enemies. Oh, right. I think it's also faster to reload. Maybe. I gotta boost the reload speed on this thing. It's kind of intolerably slow. It's a... Oh, Corrupted Oxium Osprey. And these guys are starting to get up into the 30s, so kind of go figure. Oh. Well, stompy time. Wow. I only have level 1 in my move. I should fix that. Only you could last this long in survival without life support. Having a bunch of players also kind of... Man, these guys don't give a dang doodle. There we go. Give me my weird mutation bits. Thank you. Well, I don't think they really survived that. Note to self, don't try and farm points near Matariel. There's an Arson Eximus just hanging out in there. He's been there for a while, hasn't he? He's level 14. What level is this guy? 37. Oh my god, that Arson Eximus has been there since, like, the beginning of the mission. And there he will remain, as I will not shoot him. I guess some of these guys are actually, like, level 12 and whatnot. So it's entirely possible that he isn't actually... Yeah, no. There's no way he survived that long. But that is funny. But yeah, honestly, if you want to survive this long in a survival mission, having multiple players is usually kind of the main way to do it. So yeah, let's go until I run out of relics. Then I'll probably just buy the Spirit Prime Pouch. Because clearly, I don't think I've gotten anything... I think I've only gotten like 2 silvers out of it, and mostly bronzes. Which is kind of annoying. I was really expecting this would go by quicker. I've never enhanced this many relics and had them fail. In fact, usually I've got pretty good luck with this. I guess it's because it's like one of the last prime bits I need. Oh, that kind of works, kind of didn't. Okay, I like the Stradivar. I'll have to use... Well, I mean, obviously I've got the ribbon for it. Probably start doing sorties again after we're done farming all of the Barraketeer bits. So I definitely would like to get a couple more ribbons, kind of expand what I'm working on. Well, what I'm working on? Expand my options. Longest record for survival you've ever seen was a 4-hour run. I think I've seen, I've heard of longer. I think I heard of, like, the Avara 7-hour marathon survival. But, like, at that point, that's not even, like, a survival mission anymore. Let's see, it's the pouch you're looking for, right? Yup. Like, I'm not too broken up about it. I'm not even going to be... You have an extra. Well, that would be easy. We might as well burn my relics anyway. But yeah, I've been halfway to a full set of Spirit Prime for like over a year now, and I figured I should probably actually get a Spirit Prime. Cause yeah, there's not much left from Prime weapons that I don't have. Bratton, Burst On, and Kyros. Jeez, is that it? I'll have to actually double check the list. There's not many. I've got most of them. I've been unintentionally thorough. Nope, that's not it. Okay, 3 more. So yeah, if you guys are up for it, well... Actually, let's play without Relic. Let's reset this. Or, no? No, we can keep going. This isn't too hard. What level are my weapons? Oh, jeez. That's a lot of EXP. Let's extract after this one. I might as well switch out to a different weapon. Or actually, could we just extract now? Because I'd rather switch stuff out and actually use my EXP for something productive. You guys fine with that? Because it's not like it's going to waste my mods, or my mods are relics. See, have I made any progress with the webcomic? Yeah, sort of. So I've got three pages completely like vectored and nice looking. The only reason why I haven't worked on it recently was because of TennoCon. TennoCon was kind of just like a, oh, this is pretty, I want to play more Warframe. And then also the Barricadier stuff. After tonight, I'll probably be streaming, working on the webcomic way more often. And if this is news to anybody, I'm kind of like, low-key working on a webcomic. I guess it's not even that low-key. I've definitely been talking about it. The main problem is just, like, my job always takes priority. So specifically, you know, I always need to be... I'll work on the Maradetron later. We do have... Oh, I should probably level up that Bronco Prime before I get another one. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got the Pruva Vandal. We got the Pruva. I guess I'll just use the Pruva and get rid of it. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the, I don't have a single sword stance. The good one. I'll have to figure out where to get it at some point. Okay, God, I don't even think I'm gonna use this. I'm not entirely sure why I'm putting stuff on it. Yeah, it's not actually a good sword. What kind of damage does it do? Electricity? Make it do corrosive instead. Still don't think I'm going to use it, though. Hornet Strike and Scorch. Broncos actually don't do bad, that bad of damage. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to forma this sucker, aren't I? How many times? Well, that's not even... Oh god, that hasn't even been upgraded. Well, let's see about reload speed first. Tainted Bag? No. Fast Hands or Primed Fast Hands? I think I might leave this Stradivar for later. I'll go Necros for this one. And I'll just bring the grind gun. Okay, there we go. This'll solve problems. Okay, and it should still be a survival mission, right? Because what else could we do? Yep, not much of anything useful. And this one. Okay, so this will make things really easy. I really like the Amprex. If any of you guys are looking for good guns for, like, grinding a lot of weak enemies, you really can't go wrong with the Atomos or the Amprex. I'll have to think about other really good grind guns. I guess actually the Archiplasmor is really good. Because it's effectively just like hallway clear. Corridor clear? I don't know. I mean, it's effectively just a wave cannon, which is amazing. And obviously the Ignis. I've been kind of moving away from the Ignis in favor of the Amprex, just because the Amprex is like super lazy. I guess the Ignis is kind of like pointing in a direction and things die, but the Amprex is pointing in a direction and then things die around the corner. This frame looks awesome. Yeah, the Necros Deluxe skin looks amazing. I'm really happy with it. It makes him look like a Power Ranger. I didn't realize there was a hole in his stomach though, which is a bit of a surprise. See, do I have a Kavat and Kubro? I actually don't. I don't know if it's a peculiarity or like whatever, if that's what you want to call it. But effectively, like, the idea of dealing with my Kubro and like keeping it alive is kind of an inconvenience. You know what I want? I want a Kavat frame, not like not Korra. I mean, like, you play as a Kavat. That'd be fun. They've already got the animations. How hard would it be? It probably... I mean, you wouldn't be able to use guns. Or maybe you could. Gun strapped to your back? Could just be straight up Blade Wolf. I'm gonna go... somewhere. But yeah, I've never bothered with Kavat or Kubros because... for me, you have to, like, put them to sleep, hibernate them, like, a bunch of other things. It's become a non-issue. Oh, or are we talking about other things? I don't entirely know, how obnoxious it is taking care of them anymore, but it just seemed like there were a lot of extra steps to keeping a Kavat or a Kubro around when I could just easily ignore their existence and just, you know, play normally like a complete, boring person. Personally, I can't wait for the Moapets. When we finally have the Moapets, hopefully you won't have to, like, do any kind of upkeep with them. It's just like, okay, Moapet, go. Because I wouldn't mind a Moapet, actually. I'd even prefer it, compared to my, my carrier, as long as I can get it vacuum. Let's just lose 10% health each day. Okay. I assume you can get it back just by using an item. Incubator upgrade that makes the cryo sickness skip cost credits. Automatically puts them in cryo when they're about to die. Oh, okay. I just don't know enough about it to really, like, bother yet. I haven't actually even looked into how to get a Kavat. I haven't even finished the Howl of the Kubro quests. I'm so, like, like, out of the loop on them. Because, wait, did we seriously get locked out? Really? That's hilarious. I didn't know they could even lock you out, lock you in this. I guess I might as well open the door. Let's see. People are talking about substitute teachers in chat. I'm gonna just kind of use this as an opportunity to... I'm not gonna say soapbox, but it's a good story. Sort of? I don't know. So when I was in, was it middle school? I think it was in middle school. There was a substitute teacher. He was about my current age. You know, 28, 30, maybe younger. But he wasn't like an old teacher. He wasn't like my track coach that like just was a career substitute teacher post you know, post me at Vietnam. He never knew enough to actually teach, but he was great at kind of keeping kids in line. And I think he enjoyed his job. But no, this younger substitute teacher, I think he was trying to like get his teacher's license and like, you know, become an actual teacher. And he was trying to kind of get in good graces with the school by student teaching, substitute teaching for a while. And he was an awful teacher. He was an awful sub. Anytime he'd try and teach a subject, he'd kind of give up eventually and just give people worksheets and then go off to watch YouTube videos. which kind of explains why he was a substitute teacher for the entire time I was at that middle school. Which I guess was only like 2 years. I don't know how long it takes to actually become a teacher. But considering they hired the hippie, druggy, you know, Spanish teacher that couldn't even pass his teacher's exam, I don't think my school had particularly high standards, which is hilarious because it was the best in the state, at least when I was there. Gotta get a lot of alloy for Kavat. I don't think I need to worry about that. I have so much. But so I wonder if I just stuck around in like a sneaky spot as my operator, I could get Umbra Prime to do all the grinding for me. It probably actually wouldn't work out very well. So this guy wasn't a very good substitute teacher, and maybe he knew it or something, but it never felt like he had any ambition or drive or skill or a bunch of things. Come on, really? But so he was still kind of the most popular substitute teacher, because you could just very easily say, you know, I don't want to do classwork today, and he would say, okay. So usually it meant watch a movie, hang out with friends, chat, you know, don't worry about anything. Except for one day, I think I was in his math class or something, but he was a temp sub pulled in for, he was a temp sub pulled in for my math teacher because she had, like, an emergency or something. I don't know if it was, like, surgery, I don't know if it was, like, something to do with her husband. Who knows, but effectively she had to step out for a couple hours. But so she had left her purse in her classroom. Nothing, like, important on it, maybe just, like, her phone, and I think it was, like, a couple $100. Well, that all disappeared. So when she came back, her money was gone. Okay. You know, that's not a good thing. So they went from classroom to classroom trying to figure out what, you know, shithead kid stole her money. Wasn't a shithead kid. Somehow they found out, I don't know how, they more or less had barricaded us in the room, but they found out somehow that the substitute teacher was actually the one that had grabbed the money and the phone. And he was over at the high school. And so it was interesting to see several police officers trying to manhunt this woman's belongings. And then, kind of the demise of the not cool, but at least the easy substitute teacher. Oh, does Umbra's yell break containers? Cause that's cool. But yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of like this weird, like, lasting story of just the substitute teacher that was stupid enough to think he could get away with stealing, you know, a couple $100 from an actual teacher. And then, you know, go off to substitute teach at the high school that was, like, 5 minutes away. He obviously got caught and arrested. And obviously probably will never teach again. You can't exactly commit a crime on as a teacher or a substitute teacher and expect that you're ever going to get another teaching job. You might be able to get away with, like, you know, committing a crime in, like, Arizona, doing, like, construction work, and then, like, you know, move all the way over to Massachusetts and maybe get away with not being caught for it. But, like, there's already enough teachers as it is. They'll cycle you out. And treat you like dirt. Mostly, but still. Let's see. Did want to upgrade the, relic when choosing? No, I didn't. That would be cool if you could actually upgrade relics mid-run. Though generally, you probably wouldn't have enough void traces to do that. So it doesn't seem like it would be a high priority for them. That would be a nice little quality of life feature. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, particularly interesting teacher stories. My history teacher, I believe, retired 5 years early. And by 5 years early, I mean, he retired... He had so many sick days built up I don't even know. Oh, that thing's shooting. I was confused about that. He had so many sick days built up over the course of his entire teaching career that he could retire effectively 5 years before before he was, you know, actually ready or interested in doing so. And so effectively one day he walked in and he's like, I am going to be sick. And this is like the principal. I don't know why I was near the principal, but he walked in with this big smile on his face and he's like, I'm going to be sick tomorrow. And the day after. The principal just kind of groaned and was like, how long are you going to be sick for? Because apparently he had already been like using up some of his sick days. And my history teacher kind of laughed and he said, how about the next 4 years? And the teacher's like, oh, so you're finally doing... the principal's like, oh, you're finally doing it then. And he just kind of did this like... kind of like the Mickey chuckle. The like, uh-huh. And then he just flounced right out of there. And apparently he just... this is like the middle of the school year too. And apparently this made the principal quite mad. Just because they wanted to plan for it, but it's not like they could really stop him at the time. Actually, I should probably be in here if I'm gonna be... whatever. Synthula. Huh. I don't know if I know what that is. I probably do. No, still nothing. Still no luck. But yeah, so apparently the next day he just flew down to the Caribbean and stayed there for about a month. Came back really, really tan. He was a nice teacher. He wasn't a very good teacher, though. Like, he never... he was the kind of teacher that, like, most of his quizzes were like... How many, presidents can you remember off the top of your head? In order. And also the dates. My school system was very focused on dates. When did Genghis Khan live? When was Genghis Khan, like, more or less lord of everything forever? Stuff like that. And it always felt so meaningless to me. I don't want to know the when. I want to know the why. How did he do that and how did it collapse? And they were never very good about that. It was much more of like a... you know, well, Genghis Khan ruled from then to then. Alright, moving on. It was shitty, too, because, like, I actually wanted to learn about history. And it wasn't until my... It was weird. I wonder if this is actually, like, kind of a stylistic thing for how my, my school worked. So I mentioned earlier that my school was kind of the best in the state, at least at the time. But, I really like this song from Darksiders. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Actually, let's reset the song and turn it up.